If you ever felt like you practice and practice and don't actually get better, you're not alone. So in this video, I'm going to show you something I created called the voice map. It is a simple framework that shows you how your voice actually works. When you use it, you can make faster progress and practice smarter because you'll know what to focus on. And by the end of this video, you'll know what the map is, how to use it, and how it changes the way you can train. So what is the voice map? It is a framework that shows the systems that make up singing. Your body, breath, phonation, resonance, articulation, and your overall artistry. Those systems are always working together whenever you sing. And the voice map puts them in one picture so you can see how they fit together or how they connect. I like to compare it kind of like to a subway map. It's not every single detail of the terrain, but it helps you to know where you are and how you get to where you want to go. And like a subway map, it moves in multiple directions. So it goes forward and back. So just like the systems of the voice, my breath can affect phonation. My phonation also affects breath. So it's really important to understand how the voice works in this sort of multi-directional way. So instead of feeling like you're collecting random tips and hacks, you actually see how the pieces can connect and how they affect one another. So you're confident that if you pull one lever, that it's going to have an effect on another part of the system and vice versa. A lot of times we get stuck because we're practicing without a framework. Sometimes we'll just sing a song over and over and hope that things will magically get better. I once had a friend who told me that a teacher had told him that if you just sing X amount of time every day, you're going to get better. And I mean, tell me, if I'm learning to play basketball and I go out on the court and I double dribble around the court for 45 minutes, or if I'm practicing soccer or football in the rest of the world, and I go out on a pitch and I practice running around holding the soccer ball for 45 minutes every day with my hands, I'm not going to be getting much better at either basketball or soccer. So a lot of times actually as singers, that's sort of like what our practice looks like. And so with information, with clarity, then we're going to get a lot better a lot faster. So sometimes we also do things like chasing high notes without realizing what system is actually involved in producing higher frequencies and how that connects to the middle coordinations of your voice. And sometimes we try to apply tips that don't actually solve the problem we're facing. We want to apply one thing like jaw lowering or a certain kind of breath pressure or perhaps a certain feeling of openness here, and we want to apply that across the board, and it doesn't address the situation that we're facing with that particular phrase in that particular song. So without a map, you don't know where you are or what lever to pull, and that can feel very, very frustrating. I know because I've been there. I have been in Confusion Town, and I did not have a map. I was just riding the subway. So I had a friend one time I always remember this, who had a very wild night in New York City one time and took the N train. So she lived in Queens and she took the N train and she was on her way home. And the next thing she knew, she woke up and she was in Coney Island. So maybe that's what I'll call one of the modules. Let's not end up in Coney Island. And then she was awake and had to ride all the way back through to get back to Queens. But this is where the voice map helps you make faster progress and practice smarter. First, it helps you target your practice instead of guessing which system to focus on that day or which systems to focus on in tandem. Second, it works like a diagnostic tool. Say if you're working on a higher note, it's feeling tight or constrained. The map can remind you to look, okay, well, let me check my breath first. I'm going to check my body, my breath. How's that working? And then how is phonation, how is resonance affecting that? And how are they working together? So it's not just, I'm not just going to say, oh, I need more support. Or that's like that one tool for the whole thing. You're going to be able to look intelligently to know how the systems affect each other. And third, it takes away overwhelm. You don't have to fix everything at once. You can run small experiments, one system at a time, and actually notice how one fix in one part of the systems can actually have a really wonderful cascading effect. So it's really great information and a great way to experiment. And finally, it makes your progress a little more trackable. You can notice how each system is improving instead of just wondering if your overall singing feels better or not. So it's like, oh, I'm walking down the street and check this out. I have more connection to feeling my transverse abdominis connected to my navel, or oh, check this out. I can actually do that little nasal, soft palate lowering lifting thing very easily now. And I'm doing it in my car, 7 minutes a day at this time when I can do it. It makes practice really fun, peppered throughout the day, and you have lots of really useful tools that you can use. The voice map, it'll be the big picture guide, but inside the resource library, I've got all the modules are laid out in voice map, voice systems order. So it takes you right through each of these systems step by step with practical exercises you can use in your own practice, and we're continuing to build those things. So if you want to go deeper and really train each system, I'll link that below and you can join me in there. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's go back to that squeezy uncomfortable high note. Without a framework, you might just push harder or think, I need more breath support. But with the map, you see that this often is a phonation resonance coordination. So instead of just blasting more air or trying harder or trying to open up more, you'd maybe do a phonation vocalese or exercise. You'd balance the vocal fold vibration and then shape your resonance, or shape your resonance and see how that affects your vocal fold phonation. So that saves you a ton of time and frustration because you're actually working on the thing that's going to be most useful, because you're using your understanding of physiology, voice science as we understand it right now. So here's the quick takeaway. The voice map helps you make faster progress because you're practicing smarter, not harder. And if you'd like a free copy of the voice map diagram I use with my students, I'll link that below and you can just grab that for free. And if you want to walk step by step through the core module with me where we dive into exercises for each system, you'll find that in the resource library. It's a great community of people, regular Q&As, and you can always reach out to me with questions as a member of that. So here's your next step. If you want a free copy of the voice map diagram I use with my students and a brief description of how we use it, the link is right below this video. And if you'd like to go deeper, the resource library walks you step by step through each system with exercises that you can use right away. And I'll link that below so you can check that out. And make sure you subscribe, because in the very next video, we're going to further bust one of the big myths out there that belting can be harmful. Anything can be harmful, and anything can be therapeutic and regenerative. And right after that, we'll dig into why mix is not some mysterious third register, but actually something much more useful to understand about your singing. And we'll map that in a systems framework. So yeah, grab that in the description. I hope that helps you, just to give you a holistic overview of how the systems of your voice work together. Just that awareness alone and paying attention to your own body. I always tell students, go to the body brain. Go to the body brain. Your mind is in your entire body. So even just asking questions, bringing consciousness to the body's intelligence can offer you so much. So I offer that to you. Go and experiment with that. And yeah, in the meantime, reach out if you have any questions. Drop any questions in the comments about how the systems might affect each other. Any problems you're running into, let me know how I can help you. And in the meantime, just remember that there is only one you. Somebody would love to hear the story only you can sing. And love much. Now go sing.